and from a 17 billion Kina economy in 2002. By 2011, when Somali government exceeded with a 44 billion Kina economy, and I'm using average figures here. And by 2019, when I took office, it was a 79 billion Kina economy. But the worst news was population was still growing, uncurtailed, unmanaged. 70–80% of the population were half educated, unengaged, semi-skilled, and so those were the backdrop and the problems we were faced with in 2019 when we took office. I just want to encourage everyone that apart from all this sort of bad outlook, the greater structure of our society remained consistent. Our democracy remained vibrant. Our economy and the fundamentals had every indication of positivity. And so we had to just tap into the positive characters of our country and our economy. The number one good character we have is resilient people. Our people intrinsically are friendly, culturally they are hospitable, welcoming, they're Christians, and in the midst of our diversity, we find our common ground in things like rugby league and the good side of life. The good people, combined with the independent functionality of our judiciary, remain a big cornerstone of our economy. So judiciary remained very independent. Our politics is robustly democratic. Government come and government can go, but the main fixture of how our democracy prevails is maintained. Never at one time have our country fallen to the rule of gun or rule of one big man. We continue to have, even those transitions were taking place, they were taking place within the shade of democratic provisions of our country's constitution. So the big upside pluses of our national character remain fixed: preservation of our democracy, vibrant, free market economy, and society that was deeply Christian and Melanesian, tolerant to the difference of opinion and worldviews. So we remain fixed. When I arrived in 2019, I came here. If you forget about everything else that I speak, I know, Lowy, you have a good registry of all speeches spoken here, so you can easily pick from your file. If you pick from your file, you would have heard from what we wanted to do as a government. And you go through them, and you have it on record. Just go through them and see whether we've ticked off ICAC. See whether we're structuring better deal from our projects that I've committed to negotiate. See whether we're having a foreign policy outlook that relates to all without compromising our core values and our core principles and our core relationships. In my address here, I just said exactly what we will step out to do. Today, as I speak on, ICAC has been established. Remember, the first time ICAC was mooted in my country was in the mid-80s. 7 prime ministers before me never delivered ICAC. I almost lost government at the back of passing the ICAC bill in 2020. But right after passing ICAC, 1/3 of my cabinet and fellow politicians decided to move on the other side. But by God's grace, government was restored and we're still here. ICAC's delivered. Our focus to ensure that 80% of the public services in rural PNG and 20% is in the central government is a restructure that is going on. Our focus to increase public service efficiency